Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Daryl. I'm on a health journey to help me lose a total of about 160 to 170 pounds. I am about a third of the way in and I have been pretty successful. I am on a GLP-1 medication called Mounjaro, and if you'd like more information about the beginning of my journey, I'll link that video right up there so you can go and take a look at that after you watch this one. I thank you for being here today, and I've been asked by several of you to do a what I eat in a day video, because a lot of us who are on GLP-1s really, it's hard to eat sometimes, and other times it's not. So what I wanted to do is give you an example of one day. So what I did was video yesterday's food for the entire day. And I don't count macros, but I do count calories and protein. And I do it in the Lose It app, LOSEIT. There is a free version, but there's also a paid version. It's very reasonable. What I love about it is it figures everything out for you. So all you do is enter your food real quick. There's no writing down or anything. It's right in your phone. And it's very helpful because it gives me tons of information, but the only things I really track are protein and my calories. The dietitian I work with is through a company called Nourished. And for me, being I have a history of diabetes, it is a service that is covered under my insurance. So if you'd like some more information about that, just ask me down below and I'll be happy to give you some more information. I'm not affiliated with them, but I really highly recommend, especially if you have a lot of weight to lose, to at least contact a dietitian or a nutritionist besides what your doctor is recommending, because many physicians, although they help us tremendously in this journey, a lot of times they don't have a lot of knowledge about nutrition. So she is helping me tremendously. Her name is Renee, and she's helping me look at all the factors that go into weight loss. Not only what I'm eating, but how I'm staying hydrated, my sleep, my exercise, which was absolutely non-existent before, and I'm now doing a little bit more. And she also talks about protein and the nutrition that we have to watch out for with regard to a GLP-1 medication. You want to keep your protein levels nice and high. So even though she doesn't really want me to count calories, she wants me to eat intuitively. I said to her, "What's that mean?" And I know what it means, but I have never in my life eaten intuitively. So it's something I'm practicing over the past year, and I'm getting way better at it. I can pretty much eat the way I'm going to explain on this video, and it comes about right to where I need to be most days. So it's getting better. But every now and then I do log all of my food because I really want to make sure I'm not exceeding, especially if I'm hitting a stall. If my weight is stalled, which it had been the past month or two, I was losing very, very slowly. It was painful. So now we're working on sleep, we're working on hydration, we're working on nutrition, we're working on a calorie deficit. Now the way you figure that out is there's something called a total energy expenditure. And it's a calculator. You can just go online and see that. And it has you plug in a couple of bits of information: your age, your weight, your level of activity, what you'd like to be, and what you presently weigh. And it calculates for you approximately how many calories it takes for you to stay at your present weight. I found out to maintain the weight that I am right now, which is the mid 200s, I need to eat 2,430 calories. So for me to have gained well over 300 pounds, I had to have been consuming a ridiculous amount of calories. So with that said, what they recommend is that you take 500 calories or more, depending on what your nutritionist and your doctor do recommend. And again, I would definitely at least check with your doctor on this. I am not a health professional, so I'm only giving you my experience. But so my dietitian helped me come up with the number 1,500 to 1,600 calories per day. And lots of hydration, good sleep, all the things. When I exercise, I do not count those extra calories that I'm burning. I don't eat them, let's put it that way. I count them, I make note of the fact that I exercised that day, but let's say I burned 200 calories. I'm not gonna take that into consideration for my calorie intake. I'd rather that be an additional deficit. So instead of maintaining at 2,430 calories, I figured out that in order to lose about 2 pounds a week, I need to be eating somewhere between 1,500 and 1,800. So we came up with 1,600 as a nice stopping point that I'll be on for a bit now. And of course, as you lose weight, you have to redo that TEE because that's going to change. As you lose weight, you don't need as many calories to even lose weight. So I use that Lose It app. I love it. It's really helping me keep track of all these things. I exercise 2 to 3 times a week now. That's very different than when I first started my GLP-1. I was doing absolutely nothing. And it just isn't a good thing to do. You definitely want to move your body. You want to maintain muscle mass. And a way to do that is to keep your protein levels up and do strength training. So like I said, I don't count those calories. I use them towards my extra deficit. So all of the things I'm going to show you today are all the foods I'm eating in one day. And then at the end of the video, I'll come back and give you a little tally of what the whole day was. All right, here we go. Good morning, everyone. I'm going to show you a typical breakfast that I have. When you're on a GLP-1 medication to help with weight loss, many times you're just not hungry in the morning. So drinking something is easier to get in than actually sitting down to a full-blown breakfast. So this is how I start most of my days. Of course, I have to have a pretty glass. So I have that big, I think it's a 42 ounce. I take the skinny mixes and I just coat the side. Actually, let me shake it up a little. I coat the side, I have ice in it already. I coat the side of my glass, just like so. Then I take my Core Power Elite Vanilla, which is 42 grams of protein. What a way to start my day. When I have to get in 100 to 120 grams of protein for the day, I want to start it off right. So I empty that into there. So that's the Core Power Elite Vanilla. Of course, you can use any flavor. And then I love, when I'm being lazy and I don't want to brew my own cold brew, I use Busy Cold Brew. It's an organic espresso blend, unsweetened. Shake that up a little. And I add in whatever I feel like I want in the way of coffee. So there we go. Actually, I want to make that a little more coffee flavored. So I add that in. And then give it a stir. And we're ready to go with the most delicious protein iced coffee that you could imagine. 42 grams of protein, and this is 230 calories for the morning. Now, some mornings I may add a small bowl of cereal to this with some fruit, but today this is all I'm really in the mood for. So there we go. Hello again. It's lunchtime. If you recall, I had a very light breakfast this morning. I was not very hungry when I first woke up. So I just had a protein shake, which was fine. I also wanted to share with you that I have every day one of these Ollie collagen gummy ring servings. 2 of them are 1 serving, and it gives you, it's only 25 calories. It gives you 3 grams of protein and the collagen that I'm trying to help with my hair and my skin and my nails. I've been taking this for about a month, and I'm noticing a little bit stronger nails, and I'm definitely noticing healthier hair. So that is the product, and you don't have to take this, but I'm figured let me give it a try. They happen to taste delicious. They are peach gummy rings. I'll show you what they look like. And they are so good. You'd never know they're considered a supplement. So I had that with breakfast this morning, so I wanted to show you that. So this morning I had the shake. Now I'm going to be making one of my favorite larger lunches. I may not even finish this because it is a lot of food, but one of the things my nutritionist is trying to get me to do is have a more well-rounded lunch. I have a tendency to just grab a bar or have another shake or something like that when I'm on the go, but on days that I'm home, why not make a nice lunch? So examples of that would be egg salad, tuna, chicken on top of a salad, a wrap with any one of those things. But today I'm making one of my favorite, this is almost like dessert to me. This is a wrap, but it is made with a banana. So I've used the Hero tortilla wraps. I don't know if that's backwards at this point, but the tortilla wrap made by Hero. And I'll give you the counts on it. It is 5 grams of fat, 80 calories, 7 grams of protein, 16 grams of fiber, and the carbs are medium, about 17. So the best part is it's got protein in it, which most bread has minimal. So what I've taken is 1 tablespoon of peanut butter. Actually, that's a little too much, so I'm gonna I normally would lick off the spoon, but I'm not gonna do that today. So I've taken the tortilla and spread it with peanut butter. I take my very small banana. This is a little banana. It's only about 6 inches. And I'm going to roll it nice and tight. And then what I like to do is plate it. Here's my plate. But before I serve myself, I cut it in little pieces. So it's almost like a little hors d'oeuvre kind of lunch. So I've got 4 strawberries cut up, 6 stalks of carrots, and this is what one of the pinwheels look like. Peanut butter and banana, childhood treat. So this is a tablespoon of peanut butter for 100 grams, 100 calories, 1 small banana for 90, a tortilla wrap for 80 calories, 4 strawberries, and my carrot sticks are 52 calories for a total of only 338 calories for all of this. I will let you know what the protein count is on this at the end of the video for all the meals. All right? Have a great day. See you later for dinner. Hello again. It's snack time. My dietitian is trying to get me to eat more of my foods during the day and not save so much for the evening, because I had always been having a snack after dinner. So we're shooting for eating earlier and having a snack in the middle of the afternoon if I need it. So today I'm going to be having a cup of coffee, which is brewing right over there, and I'm going to be adding a splash of cream to that, half and half, fat-free. And I'm also going to be having one of my favorite snacks. This is a protein brownie made by Prime. You can get them online, and I have a link in my bio for a discount if you'd like. It's got 5 grams of collagen, 19 grams of protein. Let me show you what this baby looks like. Oh, it smells so good. This one is a pumpkin brownie. That's what it looks like. It's a cream cheese frosting, but not really. The sugar count's really nice on this one as well. It's very sweet. So sometimes I'll even cut it in half or in quarters and just savor it in the afternoon with my cup of coffee or tea. But these are delicious. Let me show you what the inside looks like so you can get a basic idea. They are moist and delicious. And a no-brainer, super easy. I was out for the whole day the other day and I took one with me, stopped at Dunkin' Donuts, got my coffee, and I treated myself to a pumpkin brownie. Bring it on, fall. It's been like 100 degrees all summer here in Florida, so it's nasty. So that's gonna be my lunch today. The calories on that, okay, 240 calories, so it's a little high. For a snack, but that's okay as long as the rest of my day works out. And as I said, it's 19 grams of protein and it also has some collagen in it. So with a cup of coffee or tea, that is very satisfying. Let me give you some examples of some other things that I have for snacks. I always have my water with me now. This is something my nutritionist has also really talked to me a lot about. I'm hydrated for sure. So we're working on that. So the Prime Brownie Company makes many flavors, but the one I just showed you, the pumpkin, is one of my favorites. Probably my absolute favorite is this dark chocolate brownie. This one is called chocolate glazed donut. And this one is brand new. It's called s'mores. So good. And I've got a sweet tooth. So for me to be satisfied with one small brownie like that is really saying something. Yes, the GLP-1s are doing their job, but besides that, I'm very satisfied. Some other examples. Here's a savory choice. This is edamame. It comes in a little package like this. It's 125 calories, 3 grams of carbs, 11 grams of protein in this little thing. And this could be added on top of a salad, or it also could be just eaten right out of the bag. I love to take these when I'm traveling because they fit in my bag, they won't melt, and I can have them on the plane. So they are edamame beans, which are high protein, super snack, superfood. Another choice I love is something I just found also called protein pretzels. They're made by Crisp Power. They come in 4 different flavors. This one is the sea salt. They also make a sesame and an everything bagel one, and a brand new one they just came out with. It's a cheese, like a cheddar cheese flavor. That's the only one I have a hard time controlling. I would be tempted to open up another bag of those cheese ones, but of course I don't. One whole bag is only 200 calories, and it's 28 grams of protein if you have the entire bag. It's a cool snack. Again, we're trying to eat more real foods, but those are great when you're on the go. Another product I love, which is made by Optavia, is called the Ascend Bar. It's a brownie bar, very, very dense, very, very chocolatey. And this is 6 grams of fiber and 21 grams of protein. It's a very large bar too. So that's that one. And I think it's 200, I don't have a calorie count. It's 200 something calories if you chose to have that as well. I can hook you up with those as well. And this is a lighter one. It's only got 160 calories, but it's got 15 grams of protein. This is great if it also has collagen in it too. It's made by Built Bar, and this one is the Built Puff that has little cookie dough chunks in it, and they're very The bar is very marshmallowy textured, so if you like that kind of thing, these are fun. I've actually taken a recommendation from one of the girls that I follow who cuts these up in very small pieces and puts them on top of her protein ice cream that I make in my Ninja over there. So that's another option as a topping that's super high in protein as well. 15 grams, 160 calories. So those are some suggestions. So I'm gonna go make my coffee and I'm gonna have my brownie and I'll see ya for dinner. So let me tell you about my dinner tonight. I bought a rotisserie chicken at the grocery store and obviously didn't have to cook that. All I had to do was cut off my portion. So we've got a leg and a thigh, and we've got about 2 ounces of extra white meat chicken as well. Then I took a microwave baked potato, but I made a sweet potato because the nutrients are even better in those potatoes than in the white. And I scooped out the inside. It was a very small potato, so I consider this like a half a potato, really. And I added 1 teaspoon of butter and a little salt and pepper. And then I just steamed my broccoli. And then when my husband comes home, I will cut up the chicken for him. And the broccoli is already steamed. All I have to do is make his baked potato and he's all set to go. And of course, once a day, I do treat myself to a Diet Coke. How cute is this cup, guys? This is from Sip Sip Hooray. It's a company that I have several different glasses with, and it's got, please, a matching straw. How cute is that? I love glass straws. They're great for the environment, as well as I like drinking from them. And I treat myself once a day to a Diet Coke. Yes, diet drinks are not really the greatest for us, but it's my guilty pleasure. So that is my treat for today. I will probably have a portion of fruit later. I think I'll have some grapes or cherries. I had strawberries this morning with my cereal, and this was my dinner. So we've got broccoli, chicken, mashed sweet potatoes, and a Diet Coke. All right, everybody, that was my day. Talk to you soon. So that was my day. I am very satisfied. I tried to eat as intuitively as I could, but also tracked because I wanted to be able to report to you roughly what the day looked like in terms of calories and protein. So my breakfast was the protein coffee with the collagen peach rings, and I had plenty of water with that and coffee. And it was 255 calories with 45 grams of protein. My lunch was that little peanut butter wrap in the tortilla with a banana and strawberries on the side and carrot sticks. And that was 338 calories and 12 grams of protein. That is a much larger lunch than I usually have. So I was really quite full until probably close to 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And that's when I decided to have that coffee with my protein brownie, the pumpkin brownie. That pumpkin brownie was 240 calories and 19 grams of protein. Dinner was that delicious chicken leg and breast and the butter on the sweet potato. I had a half a sweet potato. I had some broccoli and I had cherries. So that was a total of 644 calories, but I stopped eating after that. So that's something I'm starting to practice a little bit more of, is having my snack in the afternoon if I need it. Or even if I do have a snack, I try and finish eating by 8 o'clock with a bedtime of between 10 and 11. The dinner was 644 calories, but it also had 52 grams of protein. One of the things I'm learning is that chicken and turkey are super high in protein, way more than I ever imagined. So that's been really good. That was a really good day. I ended up having 1,477 calories, so 1,477 calories, which was lower. I could have had another snack if I wanted, but I was full to here after dinner. because I am allowing myself between 15 and 1600. But it was 1477 and my protein was 128 grams. I'm shooting for between 120 and 140. Based on my weight and my age, that is what the nutritionist as well as my doctor has recommended. Actually, my doctor recommended 100 to 120, but the nutritionist definitely recommended a little bit more for me, especially because I'm not doing real heavy strength training. I'm doing strength training in the water when I do my water running, but I also am lifting weights, very, very mild, light weights for some upper body strength as well. So that was my day. I hope this helps. And remember, take good care of yourself every day. Do it through nutrition. Take care of yourself in every possible way, whether it be nutrition, hydration, sleep, exercise, some downtime. Round out your day. Think about doing some things you like, but also some work. And make sure you get your sleep. All right, everybody, have a wonderful day. Hope this helps.